This is a Hard Effect Network podcast. Find us at hardeffectstudios.com.au.
I think Yeet or Neat is up there with one of our best gimmicks as well.
I dislike Yeet so much.
Yeah, but then the hitting of Neat in response is excellent.
I don't like Yeet as one of those just cover everything catch-all terms. I think as what you say it when you throw something, I'm okay with, because we don't really have a word for when you're throwing something, right?
What? Yeet?
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah, I never really liked.
I don't like that either, but it's better than Yeet.
No, I didn't like invoking the name of Kobe whenever I threw things. I felt like that was sort of blasphemous.
How?
Because I suck at
He
throwing
throws things for a living. That's his job.
Yeah,
He throws things.
No, I'm not questioning
and here
the
I am.
validity of using Kobe in terms of throwing something at a bin, and when it goes in, you go Kobe, right? And you hold, but you got to hold the arc though, right? Because that's the Kobe gimmick. When
It's
he
like
goes for that shot, he holds it follow
respect,
through,
then-
bro.
So then
right?
that's a very specific kind of
Swish. That's a swish.
That's
Swish.
basketball. What do you mean specific kind of throw? Like
Because
you
if
hold
you're-
the follow through.
but-
Very indicative of
No,
basketball.
but what I mean is if you're going to yeet something, it's
Oh.
that's like an overarm. That's
That's
just
like a
generic throw.
massive lob.
Yeah, when I
You
think
can
in
lob
terms
it
of
or
context of
underarm.
throwing, when I'm thinking yeet, I'm literally thinking like kind of unco, like, right, like a hurl.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm yeeting this, like,
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
javelin meets shot put without the finesse, right?
Without the finesse. Okay, buddy. All right. Well, everybody, welcome to Pint Party, podcast where we turn a beer and a chat into a tax write-off. I'm your host, John McLeish, and joining me as always is JJ. JJ, thank you for coming on today.
Greetings.
And joining us as well today is David. Dave, how you going?
What up? I'm back.
This is a bit like we haven't done an episode of this where it's just the three of us.
We haven't actually.
Yeah, so this is kind of like a throwback gimmick for us. That literally nobody who listens to this can understand, because we used to do a radio show together back in the day.
Yes.
That day.
It's how we all met.
Yeah, no, it is.
It is.
It
It
is.
really is.
I'm so nostalgic right now.
It is, yeah. But instead of doing it live, we're doing it pre-recorded. It's really
And
great.
this room doesn't smell as much as the other one.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
I feel like that's a big bonus right
I mean,
now.
it's a huge step up. Yeah, it's also not as stuffy because
There's
I was able to,
windows now.
Crack a window. Yeah,
It's so good.
We've really moved up in the world, haven't we?
we have.
Literally and figuratively.
We've got a
Seeing as we are,
variety of office spaces across all of Melbourne.
we're
that we
now
can just pick
like
out at
3
whim.
stories up as
Yeah.
well, so we're literally
We got a bit of
better.
aesthetic now in this room. Like, obviously, this is an audio podcast; they can't tell, but let me tell you, this room is lit.
I mean, it's okay.
I mean, it's better than the one we were just at.
I mean.
No, yeah, you're right,
It
it
feels
is.
exactly like the conference rooms at our university library, but it doesn't smell as bad. So
I
in
think
terms
not
of
having a
that,
smell is a
but the
common
view-
theme here.
The view.
The view was
much
amazing.
nicer.
That's what I'm getting at. The view is motivating.
The view, I will say, is indeed, as the children say, lit. But it's also like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's just physics.
God, I could yeet some intense paper out that window too.
Fucking neat.
We literally just. I'm actually keeping that whole year.
But I was imagining you would keep it
Yeah,
in.
I'm gonna keep
because
it.
it's a good start.
I think it's
do
a
it
good
as like a
start.
soft start, and then go right into like I'm directing you how to make the podcast, and then you start with the.
No. It's gonna go.
Beers.
It's gonna go music, then the discussion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I would
It'll just bring it
start
up.
with the discussion and then be like,
Yeah.
oh wait, no, we got to start with the podcast, and then.
No, because I'm gonna bring it up like it's like oh, you've just come in the middle of a conversation.
I like that
oh,
too.
hello.
I like that too. You know
Hello.
what, John? Don't let me step on your creative toes here. This is your cast. Let's get with it.
All right, sweet. So kicking things off though, I was cruising Twitter the other day and I saw like a friend of mine on Twitter asked this question. I thought this is an extremely appropriate question for. By the way, I say question. It was a poll. It was like a Twitter poll, right? Where you're you ask people and then maybe nobody votes, but it's like cool. So the question is it weird to say bless you if the person in the toilet stall next to you sneezes?
Ooh.
No.
Apparently, this question has been bothering this
This
person. for
poll
days.
result is insane.
This poll result is fantastic.
Exactly
It's bang on
50,
50-50, yeah?
bang on
yeah, I got it right in front of me.
50.
Bang on.
John, firm no. Not weird at all. Are you kidding me? Also, depends on how many sneezes. I feel like if it's one sneeze
Yep.
and it's a bit of a loud one,
Yep.
me in the distance going, bless you,
See,
fine,
I'm
perfectly
on
fine.
the opposite of that. I don't like that.
What?
Because
Getting
if
told
I
bless you.
no, I'm like I don't want to say bless you in a toilet cubicle. No,
No, but would you be okay as the sneezer receiving a bless you?
no, I'd feel uncomfortable.
You feel uncomfortable? Okay.
So that's kind of actually weird to me that you would say that, because I thought you would say yes and you Dave would say no.
What, against the bless you sneeze? If anything, I'd take pride in it. So I'd almost seek it out. I'd almost sit in the cubicle and wait,
just wait.
and wait for there to be a sneeze. And then he would too also be in the bathroom being like, no, I'm the only one here. Right, I'm going to let off a sneeze, and I'm going to let off a sneeze, right? And then just as he's sneezed, he's gone, yeah, no, that was pretty solid. As he's going to go wash his hands, he's just here in the distance, bless you. Bless you, bro.
I don't know.
But if he sneezes again, you don't get shit from me. You don't get shit from me.
You get
No,
one.
no, you get
get
one,
one.
right? And this is actually a debate I was having the other week. If you are a person who is inclined to sneeze multiple times,
Yep.
at what point do you chuck in the bless you, if you chuck in the bless you at all, right? Because I've known people that sneeze like 3 times in a row, right?
I feel like it's got to be frequency though. So sort of
Are
like,
you
if it's like
but are you bless youing once for the package of sneezes, or if it's sneeze, bless you, etc.?
like I said, it depends on frequency. So if it's like a real rapid succession, like a machine gun sneeze, where it's like achoo, 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 then you just say it once.
Okay, yeah, I
right?
agree with that.
But
I
if
agree
it's
with
like an achoo and then there's
There's a bit of time.
and there's a bit of build up, a little bit of fanfare before the next one comes out, right? Kind of like a fatal 4-way in wrestling.
Yeah.
Then like, of course, you're gonna cheer again.
well, yeah, I'm one of the.
right? So
I'm
you say bless you
I'm
again.
have traditional here British politeness, and basically I'm rapid fire sneeze. You say bless you at the end of the rapid
Yes,
fire sneeze.
yes.
But if someone has a sneeze and there's a pause, I immediately go bless you, and then
Yeah.
if they do it again, I say bless you again.
Ah, so you're double dipping the bless you.
I do double dip
You
bless
double
yous
dip the
because
bless you.
I was
Okay.
brought up in England where everyone does that because British people
Well, it's
are
not,
very
it's not just
polite.
British people; it's a Christian thing. Like,
Yeah, and I was just
no,
just gonna say,
exactly.
I was
It
raised the
is.
same.
It is.
All right, where it's sneeze. If there is a break enough to fit in a bless you, so let's say a bless you takes about a second, right?
Yeah.
If
I will
there's
say
about
it.
a second and a half of break, you throw in a bless you. I was raised if there is another sneeze to hit another bless you. I have since come around to think that's stupid. You only get one bless you.
Okay.
Right? If rapid fire, I believe we all agree. Rapid fire,
Yeah,
you bless
rapid
you at
fire,
the
you
end
get
because
one.
You get one.
there really isn't going to be any time,
Yeah,
right,
for
to
sure.
throw in the bless you in between. Now, a couple of people I know are like, they're varied sneezes. You can't actually predict whether or not they just hit you with the one sneeze, but you know that for a fact that they're a multiple sneezer. So
Mm-hmm.
you're kind of sitting there going, look, I know you're going to sneeze 2 more times. When are you going to sneeze 2 more times?
But that's-
You're not getting
okay.
my bless you until you sneeze 2 more times.
okay, so
right?
you're saying that if you know the person, but like, let's say it's in this context.
Yeah,
where it's
okay,
like,
let's just say
you're in
this
a- you're
bloke
in a-
here
You're in
in
a
the-
toilet stall. You're having a poo, right? And you just hear someone outside. You don't know if they've sneezed once. You can't see their face of them going, achoo. Like, you can't see that.
My
So
first rule stands then. You get one bless you.
You get one.
If
Okay.
if you've sneezed and I've gone bless you, right,
And then you go
and for
again.
starters, if you haven't said thank you back, right, I don't care if you're in the cubicle next to me or
that's rude.
if we're beside each other on the fucking urinal. Chuck me a thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Right, like
I mean, that's,
I've gone out of my way to give you a bless you. I've protected your soul,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Like at least you can do is be like a head nod, right?
Yeah, I've kept your soul within
I've kept your
body.
soul within your body.
You can live another day because of
But
me.
if 5 seconds later you've sneezed again, you don't get shit from me.
Yeah.
You don't get shit. You get one bless you. I protected your soul once. Someone else can bless you at that point.
Yeah, all right,
yeah,
fair enough.
that's fair.
Yeah, it's like that soul is just sort of like,
see
no,
your
I
point
need
of
to
view.
leave, and I don't care what you have to say. And you're like, bro, I ain't in charge of your life. I ain't your mama.
But what I'm getting at is I have in the context of the cubicle. 100%. Do I
right.
bless? Because it follows back to that conversation we had on the first episode of Pint Buddy, which, by the way, anyone listening, please go back and listen to the first episode. Beyond excellent.
No, please watch it. Just sit there and stare at us.
Just sit there and stare at the screen and just watch the wavelengths on it, just
watch
and
the wave
peak
flow.
and fucking ebb and flow, right? But it follows back to that discussion we had on that first episode where it was my mate who was in the cubicle.
Oh, yeah, that's why I picked it.
Yeah,
sure.
and he hears a fart get
Yeah.
ripped out, and he's just like, "Nah, I got to put that over." So when they both come out to wash their hands, he's just like, "Yo,
that was amazing.
respect on that, brother." All right, and they pop, right? Same logic to me applies to bless yous in the toilet. Right,
Yeah,
like you
for
get a
sure.
bless you from me. I'm going to be vocal about it. I don't care if I'm in the cubicle next to you, and if you're in the cubicle there, and we're both taking a shit, and it's just like you've just so happened to sneeze, and I'm also taking a shit, but I don't care. I'm going to wish you a bless you, and then I just expect either like a knock on the side going, hey, thanks, bro. Right? Or if we
Yeah.
both go out and wash our hands, it's like, hey, thank you for the bless you just before, man. Like it takes a lot of courage and balls to really speak up in these kind of contexts. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Right?
I feel like you are. I feel like you must have really, really, really polite bathroom sessions with other people. I feel like that's just
Honestly,
really
look,
weird to me.
You've listened to episode 1, right?
Yeah.
We've had this discussion before about the
know.
difference between a male's bathroom and a female's bathroom.
okay, so this is what
I
want
want to exist in a world where men can act like females, like they act like in their bathrooms, where you can just make friends.
For sure.
I don't make bathroom friends unless I'm out at a bar and I've been drinking. If we're just in a shopping center, you don't make bathroom friends. It's not how it works.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, fair.
Correct. Fair enough. You're right. Obviously, not obviously, I guess, but I'm taking it from the perspective of club bathroom, pub bathroom.
Okay, then yes, you do make
regard,
friends.
right? Where we're all out for a night out, right? And we just so happen to bump each other in the bathroom. 9 times out of 10, females walk out with their best friend, right? I would love to make a bathroom friend.
I love making bathroom friends. It's really fun.
That's why I was surprised you said no to this, because I was like, so wait, you'll go to the dunny and invite someone to your wedding, but you won't say bless you to them when you
See, that is
sneeze?
different contexts. if I'm out for a night out and I've been drinking and I make a bathroom friend, that's completely different in a social context for females than saying bless you to someone in the cubicle next to you. If you're
they don't have to be in the cubicle, just in the bathroom.
It's weird. It's very girls' bathroom changes as soon as the sun goes down, my friend. As soon as the moon comes up, it's like complete 180. It's either dead silence or raucous laughter and friends forever. It's
You're making this sound like the women's bathroom is like Dying Light, the video game IRL. Like,
honestly, some of them
the
are.
sun goes down and shit gets real.
Honestly, some of them are. Yeah, I would totally put over that comparison.
Yeah.
To take it to the next level, if you've run out of toilet paper in the cubicle and you're obviously not carrying
I've been
it,
in this situation.
Are you so inclined to give a knock on the bloke next to you in the cubicle and
I've
go,
actually done it.
chop us a couple of pieces?
No, I
of
have.
paper?
I have done that before.
I have been the giver of toilet paper and the receiver of toilet paper.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
Yes.
I would do it too. I've never been in this situation. I would love to be in the situation. I actually kind of want it, where either someone has gone out to ask me and I'm so taking a shit and he's just knocked at me and be like, hey, bro, can you chop us some paper? I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. My God, I'll give him a whole ream like that, and we'd have a chat too. I'd be a bit weird about it too, actually. I'd rub his pinky as his hand has reached under the cubicle, and I've handed him the paper,
bro.
and I'd just
That's a little bit. That's
I'd be a bit weird about it. But I'd also love to be on the receiving end where I've just realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm out of paper. Right, and I've had to knock on that. Have I told you the story?
Did you just say? Hang on, hold up. I just want to clarify something here. Did you just say you would love to be on the receiving end? Like, are you hanging out for the? Are you sussing bathroom stalls? And you're like, no, Dunny roll.
No,
my
I'm
time has come.
I'm not saying I'm going to go seek it out, but I would just love to be put in that situation, right? Where I'm having to sit there and I have to think on my feet real quick, right? And I've gone, hold on. All right, for starters,
Think on your feet. It's not fucking MacGyver.
No, hold
buddy.
on. For starters,
It is. It is MacGyver now.
For starters, I hate myself for the fact that I've managed to sit on the toilet and the first thing I haven't done was check whether there was paper there. So shame on me in the
That is a
first
bad
regard.
feeling, I will
right?
say.
Shame on me in the
sure.
first regard. But I'd just love to be in that situation where it's like, okay, now I'm in a bit of trouble. My back's against the wall, or back against the toilet seat, rather.
I'm MacGyver.
right?
What do I
And
do?
It's like, okay. Now, I've been in here for about 10 minutes. I haven't heard any footsteps. Maybe there's no one in the bathroom. Maybe I can half squat walk into the next cubicle like this and just go grab the paper from there, right? And just run the risk that from that the brief 4 seconds it takes for me to leave my cubicle, take 2 steps left, half squat like this, and then walk into the next cubicle to just get paper? Or do I go, all right, now there's people in here. All right, I guess I got to knock on the door or knock and just pray that someone gives me paper. All right, I'd love to just be in that situation. I'm not going to go seeking it out, right? But I'd just love to be put in that situation and go, all right, fight or flight. What do I do?
That's giving me flashbacks to I think Dave, you know about this story because this was a very frightening and funny series of snaps I sent you. I was up at my mother's place in Central Victoria, and it was like late at night, and I was just taking a dump.
As you do.
And I looked over, and there's no Dunny roll. I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? And I was like, oh, well, there's usually spare dunny roll in this spot. There was no spare dunny roll. I was like, well, what do I do? So I sent Dave the snap, just being like that moment when you realize there's no dunny roll anywhere within arm's reach. Like, what do you do? And it was like that. It was like fight or flight. What do you do? And it was just anything that was in arm's reach. And one of them was the cupboard. I started going through the cupboard and I found like baby wipes. I was like, this will do.
Now, I've told you, I swear I've told you this story, and if I haven't, then my God, of he who shall not be named for his own sake. But I think we all know who it is.
Yeah, we do.
Right? The story of similar situation into the, pretty sure it was the gym bathroom.
Yep.
Gets there, realizes, okay, no toilet paper. He's already finished the deed though, right? So it's not like you can go get up and just go into the next bathroom, right? So he looks there and he's like, okay, no, but the bathroom's packed. Right.
To be fair, though, just not to put down this person, right? He is one of those people who frequently finds himself in situations where he doesn't have time to suss a stall if it's got TP or not. Like, he's like, it's just sort of like
his body is,
spot.
okay, if I need to go, I need to go.
Yeah.
All right? There's no time for you to sit and deliberate whether or not stall 1 to 4 has toilet paper. It's like, no, that stall there is open. Yeah. That stall's for me.
Yeah,
right?
for him, the best place to shit is the first available toilet.
Yeah.
Like, he's not checking. So, yeah. So to find himself in this situation is not like, well, you're a bit of a dill because you didn't check. It's like, no, he can't check. It just doesn't happen.
So it's not on him, right?
He might actually die if he checks.
Yeah. He could have prostate cancer. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So he finishes the deed, checks, no toilet paper, right? So he's sending me messages like, okay, I fucked up. What do I do? This bathroom is packed, right? He's at the gym at like 7 o'clock at night, so it could not be more peak hour for gym.
So the gym is jumping.
The gym is jumping. The toilets are, there's like all stalls are taken, and you can hear the banter from like people getting changed. So there's genuinely people in here, right? So he's like, my God, like, and he's a bit shy, so it's like, okay, I'm not going to knock on the stall next to me and ask for paper. So he's one of those. It's like, all right, that's not an option for me. So what is the options? He scrummages through his gym bag that he just so happens to have in front of him, and he finds 2 receipts.
Oh no!
Ow!
2 receipts.
Ow! No, thank you.
Oh my God!
He manages to get the job done with just 2 receipts.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Now, these aren't like big receipts where he spent $150 shopping, right? Imagine just like a Priceline receipt where he's just gone in and bought gum. So it's kind of like that long. Like 30 centimeters, if that, of paper. It's receipt paper too.
Yeah, this
right?
isn't a Woolworths receipt that's like 3 feet long.
Yeah, it's not a Woolworths receipt that's giving you gift vouchers at the end to go to the local bottle and get 15% off the wine, right? This is, all right, you've just bought gum and that's all you've bought, right? Here's your GST and that's about it, right? And it's on glossy receipt paper.
Yeah. Yeah, which has no traction.
Cannot imagine wiping my ass with something that bad.
Oh my God.
I thought 2-ply sucked. I would never fuck with anything less than 3-ply, just FYI.
No,
I think 2-ply is inefficient. All right. If anything, honest to God, I've experienced 4-ply. You could go higher. Higher. I would fuck with 5-ply.
David, if you do want to go high, do you know what the most pleasurable way to like wipe your ass is?
Bidet?
No. Somebody figured it out.
Palm leaf, banana leaf.
Nope.
It's got to be a leaf of some kind.
It's not a leaf.
What?
It
Come on,
is the
John.
neck of a goose.
Oh wait, no.
That is according to this weird dude in England, right? That is the optimal way to wipe your ass. It is.
Why do you think that?
Poor goose. The poor goose. I feel bad for the goose at this point.
Apparently, apparently, when he did it, he was like, "This is how gods wipe their asses."
Could you mimic a similar sensation with like a woolen cardigan or something? Like,
I don't think so. I feel like it's gotta be
goose necks are not that soft. They're just muscle.
Yeah, but they're feathery. Look, listen.
Feathers are not even that soft. They're soft parts on the bottom.
This guy might have a few other like problems, but like he determined that wiping your ass with the neck of a goose is the optimal. Is the most pleasurable way to wipe your ass.
I'd love to wipe my ass one day with like cashmere, like a cashmere vest, like just to really flex on it. Like people go, oh, the one way to flex your wealth is to wipe your ass with $100 bills. Like no, if I'm wiping my ass and I want to flex, I'm buying the local cashmere fucking $500 vest. And I'm just gonna wipe
I was
my ass
actually
with that.
gonna say $100 bill. I feel like that's something that you've never seen on the rich kids of Instagram account.
What, the kid wiping his ass with $100 bucks?
That's certainly a way to wipe your ass in class. I mean, wow.
I feel like that account's kind of like, disappeared into irrelevance. I feel like that's how you get back. That's your comeback right there.
Yeah.
Just like
the oddest of flexes.
$100 bill covered in shit.
Go the step higher. Take my suggestion, rich kids. My God, wipe your ass with cashmere.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but then you got to get a brand name thing, and then you got to.
Yeah, but this is rich kids of Instagram. This is the point of it. It's like I'm gonna wipe my ass with some brand name LV cashmere, fucking top of the line sweater vest.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing with you on that one. What I'm saying is that like, how do you get the optimal photo of that? Like, what's the optimal shot of that for the gram? Right? It's like I feel like $100 bill is really easy.
Is there an optimal shot when it comes to being able to wipe your ass?
Yeah, I think there is. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, you wipe you don't throw it in the toilet. You wipe your butt. You don't throw the thing in the toilet, right? You just lay it out on the ground, nice and flat, like a flat lay.
A true flex would be having a butler come in, grab it from you, and go to wash it. No, not even wash it, burn it. That's how much of a flex it is. You just go out and buy another one. You don't even wash the shit.
No, bro, ultimate flex. You flush that shit down the toilet.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Right. But you have the butler take it, do the flat lay, make the gram, and then flush it for you. Like, you just get up and leave. Like, at that point, you're done. Your whole job is done. You have done what needed to be done. Right.
Just following on with that, I reckon the most optimal, like, shot-wise, for if you had to capture someone like taking a shit, it would be your fucking gimmick of leaning to the side.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it's a good gimmick. I think it works.
Dude, that's kind of taken off.
Dude, it has, man. It's picked up on my socials.
It has picked up a lot of traction.
And people are genuinely looking at it going, hey, you could be onto something here. Like, the logic applies. You lean to one side, you've exposed it, right? It makes sense. It makes more sense than my one. A fucking half squat Jones over here like this.
Half squat is really odd. I don't understand.
I like a bit of leverage. I don't fuck with people that just lean forward. I can't.
Why do you guys just not
sit
sit on the toilet?
No, my roommate is one of those
because
that has
there's a
lean
penis in the way,
forward.
so we can't just duck in between.
Oh right, yeah, that's a thing that you guys have. See, I don't have this issue. I can just sit on the toilet and then just get up and do my thing and then go.
Yeah.
You're also the world's fastest peer.
I am a really fast peer.
You are actually. I will
Thank
say,
you.
I feel like
it's a gift, actually.
That's an accolade that you are not regarded for.
No, it's
often
not.
enough.
I put you over daily on this.
But I'm talking in terms of a broader societal context.
No,
I feel like that should be on your tombstone as one of your achievements. Is sort of can piss really quick.
I know. Honestly, I feel like it's something that is an underappreciated skill that I can't discuss enough. If I'm
you
being
piss
honest.
quicker than I wash my hands. That's how quick of a pisser she is.
But I also feel like you're kind of smashing the patriarchy on your own. It's like, I am woman, time my piss.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
No, actually, yeah. And some of those times, it's both.
You're the most efficient toilet user I've ever met.
When it comes to pooping, though, right? Here's the thing, right? Are you faster than soldiers in the British Army?
How fast are they?
Apparently, they can get it done in 25 seconds.
What?
Yeah,
they can actually. No, it's
Dude, and that's
40 seconds. I want to recall.
That's 25 seconds. Squat, plop, wipe, walk away. 25
well,
seconds.
I found my new challenge.
That's the challenge right there.
It takes me 25 seconds just to undo my belt.
It's 25.
Are you kidding me?
It might be 30 seconds. But yeah, it's 25 to 30 seconds.
Boys, I found my new challenge.
Right. I honestly, God, do not know how they do this. I don't even know. I feel like that's they don't tell you until you join.
Dude, potty time is me time. I respect people that go, all right, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to go and literally just do my business.
Yeah.
But when I look at it and I go, no, I'm taking this to collect myself.
And this is why I'm against the bless you on the toilet stall.
Okay, because that's your me time.
That's my. I just want to get in and out. Saying bless you means that I'm in there for longer.
Yeah, you know what? Now it's starting to make a bit of sense because when I'm going to the potty and I just want to
get in and out. I don't really want to sit on.
I'm not against banter. I'm not against walking
half
in
an hour.
Yeah.
Hey, how you going? Oh, no, not too bad, mate. Yeah, all right. And then I'm going to the bathroom. I'm taking my time. I'm doing my pants. I'm sitting down. Oh, what's happening on Instagram? I'll be there for about 40 minutes.
No.
It's a moment of self-reflection.
Yeah, self-reflection. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
What it is.
No, it's just get in and out of that and just go do the other thing.
So to wrap up this conversation, though, what we're saying is that 50-50 on the answers is 100% correct.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That is as accurate as it gets.
Yeah.
Because it's 50-50 here, right? So that is 100% absolutely accurate. Okay, cool. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I totally forgot. I actually wanted to start the podcast off with this and I totally forgot. I wanted to tell you, I have experienced the most first world problem of first world problems. I'm positive. That my first world problem is number 1 on the list of first world problems. All right. So I was coming
I don't know, my white shoes got scuffed earlier and now they're a bit black. I hate that.
So what you're saying is that there's another pair of shoes coming my way. That's a story for another time. But anyway, so I was on the train coming in, right? And I'm listening to tunes on through Spotify on my phone. And really specifically, I just want to clarify really specifically because it becomes important later on. I was listening to the FIFA 19 soundtrack, which EA just throw up on Spotify. They're like, here's the.
Is that a good soundtrack?
It's a really good soundtrack. It really is.
In the history of game soundtracks, though, where would you rate it?
Top 10.
Okay, good man.
Oh,
Good
cool.
man.
It's not number 1.
Sports games always have good soundtracks.
Let me have a suss of what's on.
Yeah.
I want to get inside your head at this moment. I'm going to have a suss what.
Yeah, have a bit of a
actually-
suss. You continue with the story,
I
but
think the name of the soundtrack is just called FIFA 19. I think it's literally what it's called. Hang on,
FIFA
I have
19
to-
soundtrack. I got it.
Yeah, you got it? Yeah. It's got the cover of the game. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, these
yeah.
are some actually pretty decent songs.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Anyway, so I'm listening to that. Now, as you'll notice as you go through, nowhere on that soundtrack is Crowded House.
No.
It's just not that kind of soundtrack. It's not that kind of playlist. And I get it. Like, they're trying to set a really specific mood, and Crowded House just isn't really fitting in with their, like, theme there, right? So anyway, so I'm listening to my soundtrack, and it's I'm like basically just kind of like zoned out, cruising Twitter and Reddit and whatever. And then my music cuts out, and I go, oh, what's going on there? And usually the way it cuts out through my headphones, I thought, oh, I'm about to get a phone call, because that's what happens. Like Spotify will like pause, and then the phone call will come through like half a second later. Half a second later, no phone call came through, and I went, what's going on here? That's a bit weird. Okay. And I went, oh, you know what? It might be a connection issue because I use wireless headphones. I'm like, oh, the Bluetooth might have gone a bit stuffy. Like, okay, I'll double check that. No, everything was connected. Because like half a second later, I get a snap from Dave, and it's one with sound, and I played that, and I was like, oh, the sound's coming through fine. So then I opened up the Spotify app, and it was showing me a Crowded House song, and I'm like, this is definitely not on the FIFA 19 soundtrack.
No, it's not.
What's going on here? Now, on the Spotify app, at least on the Android app, I don't know if this is the case on the iPhone app, but I imagine it would be. Like underneath the tracking bar, where it gives you like how far into the song you are, there's a little like speaker icon that tells you which, like whether it's playing on this phone or you can play it through like another device.
Yeah.
I look at that and it says living room speaker. And then I realized what had happened, okay?
wait, you're on the train, yeah?
But I'm on the train. Yeah. So somehow...
Your fucking dad has connected to your Spotify at home.
Yep.
Oh, did I nail it head on?
That is exactly what happened. So what happened was is that so I've got a Google Home Mini set up in my living room that my dad uses all the time.
Good man.
It's an absolute fantastic piece of technology, right? He just 99% of the time he just asks it for the weather and the time and to set countdowns when he's cooking, right? But
You're
it's
preaching
also,
to the choir here, buddy.
yeah. But then it's also good. He uses it a lot when because him and a mate will hang out on a Saturday afternoon and do the crossword, right? And for the most part, they're like pretty good at getting the crossword out on their own. But when they get stuck, they go to Google. And there's like no shame in it. Like part of the fun of that is like the learning experience of being able to learn new things, right? And he used to pull out his phone and and he used to use the voice thing on his phone, but he's got an old phone, so it's a bit like a bit laggy and slow. So now he just asks Google, and Google tells him what's up, right? And then I can.
Does he literally ask Google, "Hey Google, what's 7 across 4 letters?"
No.
Sounds like.
It's the clue, right?
No. He'll figure out what he needs to search. Like name a form of philosophy Diogenes was famous for, and the answer is cosmopolitanism. But he'll say Diogenes' worldview, right? And you'll get cosmopolitanism or cosmos or cosmopolites, I think is actually what he called it. So and things like that, right? But I've also got my Spotify account connected to the Google Home Mini. And he'll use it to just play music sometimes. Like if he's gonna like do some like house cleaning or something, he'll throw on some tunes. He'll be like, hey Google, play some. By the way, if you're listening to this with speakers, I'm really sorry right now because your Google thing is probably going fucking nuts, right? He'll just say Google play this band, right? Or like if there's a song on the news of like some famous singer who's died or something, you'll be like, oh, I remember them. Like, you know, somebody from like the 70s or 80s when he was listening to tunes on the reg, and he'll be like, oh, you know, Google play this artist. When Ida Buttrose got in as the ABC chief person, they were talking about how she had a song written about her by, I think it was it Cold Chisel or Crowded House? It was one of them two.
Bro, you've lost me.
And anyway, so he played that song. And by the way, like this song, it's literally about like how these guys like because Ida Buttrose used to be on telly, like on the news or something. And this whole song is about them just sitting there like masturbating while she's like giving the news. I'm like, that's kind of fucking creepy.
A little bit.
But that being said, though, in the scope of weird songs, like I feel like Love Gun is still like number one by Kiss, right? Because it's literally about his dick. Like
I always think that Every Breath You Take is a really creepy song.
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
Oh, it's such a banger, though.
No. You know what?
It is a banger, but the lyrics are creepy.
How?
You know what?
Sing them to
tops
me.
it? You know what tops it? You're beautiful. That one. I saw your face from a crowded place.
What, James Blunt?
Yeah, James Blunt.
Do not stiff James Blunt up in
James
here,
Blunt.
bro.
I'm not
James
stiffing
Blunt
James
tops the
Blunt. I
list.
love that song.
Yeah. But anyway, so that started playing, and that's what he'd done. And I literally took a screenshot because I could see it on my phone because it's like remote control stuff. So I took a screenshot, sent it to him on Facebook, and I'm just like,
mate, what are you
doing? You're listening to Crowded House, huh? And he's like, that popped up on your phone. I'm like, yeah, bro. It's like, here's what happened. Don't worry about it. I'm literally like 5 minutes away from where I want to be, so it's totally fine. Like, don't even trip. Right. And I knew he was going to leave the house in a bit because he's going off to see my sister today, so it's all good. But I feel like that is the most first world problem ever, where you're listening to music and then you have to stop listening to music because somebody else is listening to music from your smart speaker in your house.
I'm genuinely sitting here trying to come up with a stronger first world problem than that, but I actually
I can't. I can't.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like...
But it's all cherried on top with the fact that you ended it with the smart speaker in my house.
Yeah.
Like, had it just been a speaker or he was connected to your Spotify...
I feel like the language there is key to the first world problem.
Okay, so then if we were going to really specifically phrase it then and say first world problem, I would say I was unable to stream music to my smartphone because my father started streaming music to my smart speaker in my house.
Yeah, first world problem.
Yeah, fuck, John.
That's
you might
how
have
you
it
would
covered
phrase it.
there.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most first world problem of first world problems I just discovered. So there you go.
What's a stronger? I don't even know what a stronger argument to that would be.
I mean, my shoe one that John alluded to before
the shoe
is up there as one of the best first world problems I've ever had.
The shoe one's pretty good. We'll discuss that really, really quick, and then we'll probably wrap it up there.
Well, you go, John. It's your favorite story.
I love this story so much.
This was like very early on into David and I's relationship, just as it was sort of like in the earliest moments of blossoming. I went over to his place and I saw he had a pair of shoes, and they were just kind of like tucked away. And I was like, oh, no, that's right. No, sorry. The first time I met Dave, he was wearing these shoes, and they're a pair of white shoes.
Let me tell this part of the story. You can tell when you... Okay. So I had bought this sick pair of white Nikes, right?
Were they Nikes?
No,
I thought they were Adidas.
I don't think they were Nikes.
Yeah, they might have been... Okay, might have been Adidas.
I think they were Adidas.
Key thing being that they were a top brand of something, right?
They were. They absolutely
But they were a sick white. Like, not off-white. They were white,
Yep.
right? And they look clean on anything, right? Now, I literally bought them the day before the event, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I buy them and I'm like, okay, like I want to flex on these a little bit. I'm going to go to uni, right, in these, right? And I was really good. I was really diligent the entire day, making sure not to like brush up against dirty sidewalks, not to kick my feet around in dirt, yada, yada, yada. I was paying so much attention to where I was stepping, right? And I go the entire day. And I had a full day at uni that day, right? Started at 8, pretty sure I finished at like 4 or 5 o'clock, right? Get to the final class of that day, right? The final class. The one that you and I had, John. Media something, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Literally the last class for me on that day. Checked probably about 10 minutes before I got to that class. I'm like, okay, shoes are still good. Get on the escalator, right? And this is where it all happens. I get on the escalator and I just slightly tap the side of the escalator.
Oh no!
Right, where they have the brushes.
Swinburne escalators, man. They'll get you every fucking time.
Oh, they're
where they
just
have
the
like
worst.
the brush gimmick, which I look at and I just go, all right, I guess it collects dust, right?
Well,
I brush up
shit's
against
dirty.
that, and I think nothing of it. I'm like, cool, I fucking made it. Get down to this fucking class, sit down. I'm like, sick. We're all good. Put my feet up, bang, cleanest black mark on the side of this shoe.
It was clear as day. It really was.
Cleanest black mark.
It was night and day. It was black and white.
Oh my
I
God.
sprint out and I'm like, I got to get this piece of shit off. I cannot handle this. I run to the bathroom, I'm washing it off, and I only just make it worse, right? Because I'm throwing it underwater. I'm like, nothing's coming off. I go back to the class. I'm sitting there. I'm openly complaining. Pretty sure this was like week 2 as well. Like it was early in the semester.
It was early on.
Like, and this is how I established myself within that cohort.
It was like week 3, I think, because at this point, you'd already done the snap of me saying this guy's a literal meme.
Oh, that was how our first introduction.
And we'd already done the whole hang on. Thing.
Yeah.
We'd already
Classic
done that.
me. Classic me.
Right. So,
that's such a good story.
Because I was sitting at your I came in and sitting at your table, and there you were, like lamenting in your sorrow.
Yeah, so John comes in and Carmen's there as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just like looking at my shoe, openly weeping to everyone in the classroom going,
Yep.
I cannot express to you how pissed off I am. Does anyone have any go-to shoe remedies for getting shit out of their shoe? Which, by the way, if anyone listening to this podcast, actually throw up suggestions because I still don't know how to get shit off my shoe.
Yeah, straight up, like tweet at us, please.
I had
That'd be great.
suggestions from people being like, bro, just chuck your shoes in the washing machine. Done that, didn't fucking work. Dumbest
Stain remover?
Huh?
Stain remover.
You'd be surprised, doesn't work as well as you think it does. This was a stain, right?
Right.
This was a stain, like
He was-
oil. Like
yeah.
I'm calling it oil stain.
Yeah, he was
right?
investigating like black market stain remover. I didn't even know there was a black market for stain remover
Acid.
until this.
I went
acid.
deep into looking like gimmicks that would, and I tried a lot. I tried shit that you can buy from Platypus. I tried over-the-counter stuff, and I even looked at getting my mate to go suss me out some stuff, right? I even tried home remedies, mixing a bit of lemon into some fucking disinfectant and rubbing, like nothing worked. Nothing. But John walks in, and that's how we met, and then and the Sue walks in, and I'm just like, look, 5 minutes of your time real quick. I just need to open like PSA. Does anyone know how to get shit off shoes? Bit of laugh. Anyway, we all go on with our class. John comes over about the next week to do the podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And notices these scruffy shoes.
Yeah, so they were just sitting there, like, because after that day, he just never wore them again.
Not
Right?
surprising.
He just put on he had a different pair of shoes. I don't remember what the other shoes he had, but he had another pair of shoes. And, like, which was still nice shoes, but, like, it was just a different pair of shoes. And I just saw him there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he's like, I can't wear them anymore. Like, I'm just going to, like, maybe throw them away. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, these are...
Why would you throw them away?
Because there's a fucking oil stain on one of the shoes. It's a white pair of
they're
shoes.
just shoes.
Right. Okay. So then I think it was the next week after that. Right. So I say that I noticed this next week after that. He who shall not be named, you and me, are at your house, and we've done all of our like podcasts.
Jason's probably there too.
No, he wasn't there.
Can't stiff Jason.
No, Jason wasn't there.
All right, fair enough.
He was at work. I remember this really specifically, right? And it was you, me, and he who shall not be named, and you two were about to. You two were going to go to a club afterwards, right? But you're like, hey, we're going to do.
That's how long ago this was.
And
I've retired from the sesh 2 years ago.
no, this is when you were going.
They were
hard.
going
This was in my fucking
to the
peak.
club.
Yeah. So like,
Oh, boy.
and you were like, hey, we're gonna do prees. Like, do you want to join us? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll do some prees, and then we'll all just because we're all gonna get on the train anyway. So whatever, this will be fine. And so we're all drinking red V and vodka.
Oh.
Was it vodka?
Probably.
No. Jägermeister. It was Jägerbombs. It was Jägermeister
Oh.
and V. Except for he who shall not be named, who had sugar-free V because he was watching himself.
That
And
doesn't
we
surprise me
went
at all.
through 8 cans of V and however much Jägermeister that is, in full glasses, and got really pissed. And because I was wearing a pair of Dunlops at the time that were kind of falling apart, and just for a laugh, I thought, you know what, I'm going to try on these shoes just for a laugh. And I tried them on, and they fit. They fit really well because Dave and I are basically the same shoe size. I was like, wow, these fit really, really well. And because they've only been worn for like a few days, his foot hasn't been imprinted into the sole. So I'm like, these are basically a brand new pair of shoes. And I was walking around, and we all had a good laugh. We were like, oh, haha, look at John in David's shoes. Isn't that really funny? And then we all got we were all so drunk that we forgot that I was still wearing the shoes when we got on the train. And it wasn't until we were halfway into the city that I looked down and went, oh shit, I'm sorry, Dave, I'm still wearing your shoes. And you looked down and went, oh my fucking God. And I'm like, I'll give them back to you next week. And you're just like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Whatever. I still haven't given them back to you, and this is 2 years later.
That's 2 years ago. That's 2 years ago. And that's probably my only first world problem.
I still have them, by the way.
Yeah, they're just as dirty, if not more.
They are even more filthy, and they smell atrocious.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. Not even a day.
Yeah.
Not even a day into these new shoes, oil stain on the side of the left shoe, and that was done for me.
Yeah.
That was done for, I spent maybe about $150 to $180 on those shoes.
To be fair,
And
though,
I'm not happy with it.
To be fair, though, they didn't go to waste.
They didn't go to waste. That's fair enough.
They lived a
Fair enough.
full.
I spent
and long
$180
life.
to have a really good half day with the shoes, and then you got to watch me spend $180 to spend 2 years with those shoes that you got to. Fair enough.
That was some real financial domination right there. Anyway, with that, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank you, Dave and JJ, for joining me this week and talking about
You're welcome.
these pressing issues that face our society.
First world shoes and
these first world problems, right? And dunny sneezes and shoes. Like this is, I'm glad we covered these issues today. If you really like this podcast, please tell a friend about it. And if you do have shoe suggestions for Dave, please get at us on Twitter, which is @PintParty, or one word, or on Instagram, which is @pint.party. Right? Just hit us up. If you're like, bro, I got the solution for you, please come at us. Right?
Slide in the DMs. I've got to
slide into them DMs.
We need to know. We need to know.
Please, we would very much appreciate it.
Save David's life.
And with that, I think
save me $180. Fuck.
Yeah, or don't get at us and just be like, there's that too. If that's your kink, I'm not going to kink shame you. All right, and with that, cheers.
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 This podcast is part of the Hard Effect Podcast Network. For more of this and our other podcasts, head to hardeffectstudios.com.au.